Hello everyone and welcome back to Direwolf20's Let's Play. This is episode 22. Alright, so in my last episode you guys saw me build a quarry and it requires oil to run. However, I need a way to get oil because it's kind of a nuisance. And I gotta run back and forth, all these buckets and everything, and you know, BuildCraft is all about automating things, so there's gotta be an automatic way to get oil, right? Absolutely. So, let's get started with that. First I'm gonna need some glass. And I'm gonna build, let's do this, a tank. Tanks store liquids, in this case oil. And the next thing I'm gonna need is if I take that mining well that I made from the last episode and put a tank on top of it, I get a pump. Pretty cool. And I need a way to operate the pump, and I believe I'm gonna go with a coal engine. So, let's grab a couple pieces of iron here. I should just need one of you. Could use a little bit more glass, to be honest with you. And some more wood. Okay, got a couple wooden gears. I'm going to turn them into stone gears. Okay, I'm going to need to make myself a piston. Stone gears around it with some glass and some cobble on top. This gives us a coal engine. Coal engines, or steam engines is what it's technically called, run off coal. So, same functionality. I'm also going to grab my wrench here. I'm going to need a couple different items. So, I'm not sure exactly how these guys work. I haven't built them before. So I'm going to be kind of guessing as I go along here. Making a couple more cobblestone pipes and some tanks. I did kind of look around previously, and it turns out that there's not a whole bunch of oil back by my oil well. But I'll show you guys how pumps work, and then I'm going to have to go find more oil. Let's put on my electric jetpack here. Oh, you know what? Electric jetpacks, because they're electrical, do have a height limit. That's okay, I'm almost there. Ooh. Okay. Now, I'm not entirely sure how all this stuff works. But I'm going to put my pump, let's say right here. Looks like as good a spot as any. Now what should happen as soon as I place it, it should detect that there's oil underneath it and start winding down. Now I don't think I need to leave this stuff here. Okay. Now I'm going to place my, if I right click on it, yeah, nothing there, there's no interface. My coal engine next to it. And I'm going to run my cobblestone pipes here. Now, I could run these all the way back to my base if I wanted to, but I'm just going to put my tanks here. Like I said, don't really know how this all works, but I believe I can build a tank like so. Sure, I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's give it a try. Now, if I put some coal in, and of course I need to apply redstone current, the steam engines should start pumping, and look, we've got oil. Look at that, that's kind of cool actually. Nice. I'm going to put another couple pieces of coal in because I have no idea how much coal this is going to require. Well, that's kind of cool. Looks like it's sucking all the oil up in this general area. Neat. And it should start filling up the tank. Yep, there it goes. Well, how do you like that? Now the tank don't think there's enough oil here to actually fill it up. But let's see what happens. Yep, all done. Let's take back my steam engine. And reclaim this stuff. Well, that's kind of cool. Now, I did happen to discover, if I have enough, there is a little bit more oil, I think, over here. So let's go ahead and hook this guy up. Then we'll do kind of the same process. Hook up our steam engine to our pump. Put a couple pieces of coal inside. And I'm not hooking up the redstone wire yet because it looks like I don't really quite have enough cobblestone pipes. And it's getting dark out as well. So let's head home. And I'm going to go sleep and make a couple more cobblestone pipes. I'll be back. And here we go, back outside, made a few more cobblestone pipes. And of course we could pipe this stuff all the way back to our base, but like I said before, there's not a terribly large amount. Oh boy, I need more. There's not a terribly large amount of oil right here. There are some oil wells that are like really deep and have tons of the stuff. So I'm going to try and find an example of that for you guys to see. But for now, I'm just going to try and collect some of this stuff and show you guys how pumps work. Okay, let's go turn this guy on and empty this well. There we go. Nice. And if we wanted to, did I grab my gold pipes? Thought I did. Place a gold pipe down and power it with redstone. And that should kind of speed up the oil shooting back to where it belongs. Let's see how well that goes. Or maybe not. Maybe gold pipes don't work on oil? Could be. So, not that it's a big deal, but we ran out of oil already again. So, like I said, there are bigger oil deposits than what you've seen here. I'm going to have to travel around the world and explore and find some. Now, one more I happen to know was right here, but again, this is a really small one. Whoops. So I'm just going to hook this guy up and pump out this oil. And I'm just going to clip this part from the video. You guys have seen enough of this now. So, that's pumps. Now I could wire it up. Also, I could wire, let's say, a wooden pipe to my tanks over there and run it so that it feeds directly into my quarry. That might be cool. Fortunately, I don't have quite enough at me find some more oil, and then maybe I'll show you guys how that all works. And you can see I just pumped out the last of the oil here. Gotta love those quantum boots and legs. So I'll let all that oil run through the piping system, fill up my tank. Now, how to get oil out of a tank? Good question. I wonder, can I just like click it? Apparently not. I wonder if the only way to get oil out is with a wooden pipe. I mean, obviously I can wooden pipe it. Oops, wrong color. I can obviously just, wooden pipe it directly into the machine that needs it, but then I'd have to run the cable all the way over there. Or the piping. Let's see what happens if I, just pump a little bit out, like one notch. There's my wooden pipes and the redstone engine. Gee, I have a lot of junk in my inventory, don't I? So, we'll do this. Actually, I'd prefer to have it here, so it's nice and easy to break when I'm done with it, because I don't want to pump too much out. So, now I grabbed my wrench, give it a good whack. So an oil... Oh, well that's kind of cool. Neat. Guess if the oil has nowhere to go, it's just not going to go anywhere. Cool. What if I break this guy? Nope. Oil's just gone. Alright, well, so I gotta explore how to get the oil out of this tank. Like I said, I could just run, some cobblestone pipes straight over to my quarry, but that's a long ways away, I think. But it's only cobblestone pipe, it's not like it's terribly expensive to run. But I believe it's way over in this direction. So it might be best. So there we go, there's my quarry. Built this just a bit ago. You can see it's stopped. And of course it stopped because we run out of oil. So I need to refill these engines. But we made some good progress here. We got up to 3 pieces of gold, and my gem of eternal density is compressing like I want it to. So let me do a little bit of research on these pumps and see what I can figure out. Okay guys, outside my house here, I did discover while researching in BuildCraft that you really can't get oil out of pipes or tanks directly, like into a bucket or anything, but you can just transport it directly into your machine. So I want to build a tank storage area. Right here seems like a good spot for now, and I'm going to go run some pipes over to my house. Okay guys, that was a very long construction project, but it was kind of fun to do, so I had a good time with it. So now basically that should pump straight to my house from the old system over there. So I'm actually going to build some more storage. Snag another stack of glass here. See, I went and made more glass while I had the recording off. I'm not really sure, but I read online that there's a bug where when you transport oil over a long distance like that, it tends to duplicate. I don't know if that's truly the case or not, so I'm going to go ahead and just stick this guy here like this, so that I have extra storage just in case. Let's go ahead and even make more. Who knows? And these storage tanks, all as you see, can just stack on top of each other and work like a charm. So I don't want to lose any of the oil that I have brought up out of the ground there. That's why I'm making extra careful sure that I've got everything that I need in terms of storage. And I'm not 100% sure on this cobblestone pipe stuff, but I believe that since I've got this cobblestone pipe going to both of these guys, it'll just go one for one, so one direction, one the other. So for now, let's go ahead and hop back over. Now this is going to take a while to transfer this stuff over, but I'm not in a rush. Did I miss a pipe here? Oh, but I didn't miss a pipe anywhere else. Now it all looks good. That's awesome. I know, it's only a small amount of oil, but like I said, oil's annoying to find, and I'm just kind of demoing this stuff for you guys anyway. And there we go. It should start pumping out. Drain all the oil out of here and send it back to my base. I feel like that's a little bit too slow. Yes, the redstone engine will pick up speed, but what the hey. Let's just spend a few pieces of coal. We'll do it with a coal engine. This will just run a little bit faster. Ta-da! So I'm going to let that guy run for a little bit, and I'll be back shortly to show you coming through. And you can see the pipe's almost empty here, and out in the distance, way out in the distance, you can see the oil traveling through the piping system and making its way over to my base. How cool is that? Up my pipes here. Okay. Looks like it got the last of the oil out of here. Well, that's interesting. The last bit of oil got stuck. I'm sure that's some kind of bug or something. Alright. Just going to clean these guys up. So I got my tanks back. I'm not going to clean up this oil system just yet. I'll probably clean up these pipes at some point, but gee, that sounds like a lot of work, doesn't it? Follow it all along here, we can kind of see here the first few bits of oil that had started to move through. I'll be back in a minute once they come through towards my base. Okay guys, I'm kind of close to my base here. You can kind of see in the distance some oil coming through the pipes. It took a few minutes to make its way over to my base, slowly moving through the pipes here. So let me clip this until it gets all the way down there. And you can see my oil's just getting to my base here. It should start filling up these tanks. Like I said, I'm not sure how it's going to do it one for one. Some left, some right, or if it's random, or I guess it is just, you know, 1 to 1. That's cool. So yeah, maybe it splits it up. Looks like it's splitting up one chunk of oil into each pipe. So that's kind of cool. Of course, it's going to get nighttime just as I get to the point where I want to show you guys this cool thing, but that's alright. Only takes a minute to take a nap. So I'm pretty much going to wrap up this episode here. Showed you guys how to get the oil to your base. I personally feel, and this is kind of just my opinion, some people might agree or disagree, that oil's a little bit too difficult to find at the moment in BuildCraft. There's not many oil deposits around. I need to go looking and see if I can find a nice big oil well somewhere. If I do find a big oil well, then yeah, I'll be rolling in oil. There'll be a ton of it. But it's tricky to find at the moment. So, you know, maybe that's something that'll change. Space Toad might add or modify the oil generation, I'm not sure. But you have to admit, that's really kind of cool. This huge piping system that got all the oil all the way back to my base here. I'm not sure how much this will fill. I might, depending on if, you know, if I don't even get close to this oil thing, I might just pump it all the way from one to the other and get rid of this second tower. But anyway, gonna wrap up the video, let you guys go. This is episode 21. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good night. No, I lied. This was episode 22.